Hey friends, this is a super random live. I was just in my guest room ripping up the carpet and cleaning up because I'm getting that whole room redone. And it kind of just hit me. I hope you can hear me too because I have these things in, but it hit me that this was a really, today was interesting because I spent a couple hours with my grandparents. And those of you that have been following me or friends with me for a long time, you guys know how super family oriented I am. So I try to go visit my grandparents at least once a week. They live very close. And I'm so blessed that I have them in my life because they're 98 and 96 years young. And I want to share with you three, I don't know if it's 2 or 3 lessons. This is just like off out of my head because it's on my heart and it's important and nothing serious, but like I think it's worth mentioning. I want to talk to you about freedom, but I also want to talk to you about a couple things that I have realized as a woman in my early 30s that I've realized, like the quality of life and the things that actually matter and the things that make you fulfilled and happy and that you can live without. I hope I'm okay. It's saying it's bad connection, so let me know in the comments if you would, if it's bad, but to live with no regrets. What I have realized, annoying, keep saying reconnecting. It's taken me, I would say at least 4 years to realize that to have real freedom, financial, it's up here, and it's what you choose to do with every single day, every morning you open your eyes. So let me back up. So I was at my grandparents today, and I was talking to my grandmother for a long time about her mom, who I've never met. And I had no idea that my great-grandmother was a businesswoman. I had absolutely no idea. And she was telling me about her parents and their relationship, and we got into all that. It was one of the best conversations that I have ever had. And me and my grandmother are super close, and we talk about pretty much everything. And I realized, wow, this is a Thursday, middle of the day on a Thursday, and how fortunate and how blessed am I that I am able, let me make sure Wi-Fi is on, that I am able to just do that, to be able to go do that. So sometimes, I'm going to tell you about that story really quick, but sometimes freedom, let me just say this, why I do what I do, why I chose to, I decided to do the hard thing, the thing that was like super difficult, that people didn't understand. Yes, it was because of, being able to be financially independent, but also, and yes, all the other, like to help other people do the same and all that good stuff. But it was also to be able to have these choices and this flexibility that I didn't see possible any other way. And my family means everything to me, and being able to drop things and go and see them anytime, but also even more than all that, it's to have moments like the one that I just had with her today, sitting at her table and talking about World War II and how her childhood was and how her relationships with her parents were. These are things that you don't get when you only do family functions with your aunts, your uncles, your cousins. If you're blessed to have a big family like that, you don't get moments like that usually one-on-one. And I was thinking, this is absolutely, if I could have figured out why I chose to do what I do, aside from supporting my son and being a strong single mother and helping other people become financially independent and live a life of choices and freedom, all those things are true. But one of the biggest things that I didn't even realize until today was that I get to have these moments with the people in my life. I would have never heard that, 100%, I would have never, ever heard that story if I wasn't able to just any day of the week that I wanted to just go to her home and sit and have tea with her or sit and have lunch with her. And so it just made me feel, I'm sorry this is getting long-winded, but it made me realize that's probably the biggest reason I choose to be an entrepreneur and work for myself. And I don't think people online share enough about their heart and why they are choosing to be in an industry that they're in or build a business that they're in. And for me, that like hit me like a ton of bricks today. It's that I'm getting these stories, these amazing, incredible real life stories of the people that I love the most in this world, that I I know without any shadow of a doubt I would have never heard that story, because my own mother was never told that story from her mom. And so I'm sitting there listening to this lovely lady that I get to call my mama tell me the story, and I didn't know that a lot of where I came from, my ancestry, comes from this great grandparent that I will never meet, I had never met, and I did not know these stories. And I was learning that, she owned 5 properties way back in the 1900 for $7,000 and $4,000, and it was blowing my mind. And so hearing that story made me realize 2 things. 1, what I just shared with you, why I do what I do, but also 2, how important it is to take what's up here and put it on paper. Our memories are, journaling, I've told people to do it. I've been told to do it by plenty of people. And it's something that I always wanted to do, and I would start and stop and start. I was never consistent. And I realized, just listening to the story that my grandmother told me today, and just through the years of the last couple of years of my life and personal experiences, sorry, phone call, how crucial it is to get it out of here and on paper, not for anybody else's eyeballs, but for your own memory. So that was the first thing. And foggy brain for the next thing. I don't remember. Anyway, this is a super random live, and I don't care what I look like. I just wanted to share with you that terrible connection, you guys. I'm so sorry. If you are connecting with someone online is really showing and giving their heart, just know that that's not easy to do, and a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with that, and they should not, and they should really get comfortable with sharing their life and their heart and why they do what they do. But also, I remember the second point. The last thing I wanted to say to you was, I was on Instagram today, and I was somebody reached out to me, a new author, and he thought, he wanted to send me his free book. And anyway, we got to talking, and what I realized, random new connection with this really wonderful. If you stop trying to get things from somebody, if you stop being so outcome based, and you start going internal, and you start realizing, like, how can I actually connect with somebody without any addiction to any outcome, without any ulterior motive, without any agenda, you will not only succeed in business, but just in life and in your relationships and in your connections and in your communication with people. So, but I was just I'll leave it with this. If you is craving, forget money for a second, forget security, forget things, material things, nothing wrong with any of these things, by the way, but just forgetting them for a second. If you could do something in your life that would give you an extra 2 minutes with your grandparent, an extra conversation, an extra cup of coffee, if you were able to not live by somebody else's rules and have your life or your days or your weeks or hours dictated by somebody else, and if you were able to decide one day, you know what, I just feel like going to surprise my family, to go visit my aunt, to go take my kid out of school early just to go do something, because you had that flexibility and you had that ability to do that. If you were able to do stuff like that, it wouldn't matter if you lived in a shack. It wouldn't matter if you drove a piece of crap car. It wouldn't matter. Nothing else really matters. So your health, your longevity, your quality of life, and the memories you can make. This is what I'm realizing is, I don't have a huge mansion, and I wouldn't want one. I had a mansion before. I have this adorable little house. I have these things. I'm realizing more and more, being an entrepreneur and having flexibility in your days, those are amazing things that I absolutely speak about, preach about. But the thing that hit me the hardest today, or the most, was the memories that I just created, that I've been creating for years, and I didn't realize how the impact and the value and how much weight they really have on me. So I want you to think about that. And if you're somebody who if that hits you, well, let me know. Message me. Let's talk about it. Comment, whatever. I don't even know. There's really no call to action here. I just want you to take from this message that you can create that. You can have that. And if all you really want is more time, like we all do, there are so many ways, there's so many options for you out there that you can do that, so that you don't have to miss out on these memories, these stories, these amazing stories, that they don't have to die with your loved ones. You can actually make the time and have the time to go learn about them and to go hear from them. it's everything. So I love you, just through with the crappy connection, but I'll see you guys soon.